Well, good Wednesday morning, everybody. It is July 21st, 2021. So today we are going to continue working through the final chapter of the book of Acts. We're going to look at 28 verses 11 to 16. And today, hooray, 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 Paul gets to Rome after all of this. After the arrest in the temple, which seems like so long ago. And it was, because it's been about 3 years now that Paul has been imprisoned and then being shipwrecked and all of that. But Paul's going to get to Rome today, and then we will finish up tomorrow and the next, and we'll get done with Acts on Friday. So, and just so you know, I think I'm going to take Saturday off since we're going to finish Acts, and we'll start something new on Monday. So, with that, let's look at Acts 11 to 16, shall we? 3 months later, we set sail on a ship that had wintered at the island, an Alexandrian ship with the twin brothers at its figurehead. We put in at Syracuse and stayed there for 3 days. Then we weighed anchor and went on to Rhegium. After 1 day there, a south wind sprang up, and on the second day we came to Puteoli. There we found believers and were invited to stay with them for 7 days, and so we came to Rome. The believers from there, when they heard of us, came as far as the Forum of Appius and 3 taverns to meet us. On seeing them, Paul thanked God and took courage. Then we came into Rome. Paul was allowed to live Paul was allowed to live by himself with the soldier who was guarding him. Now, Puteoli, that is the port for Rome. They put in there that, it doesn't sound like much, but that's where you land, and then you go from there inland to Rome. So when they got there, that's why they took a bit of a break, apparently, and Paul was allowed by the centurion and the guards to stay with these believers, these Christians. They found Christians here. Christianity had gotten to Rome, of course, ahead of Paul, and that's why Paul was wanting to get to Rome, to see the church there, but also, to witness to the emperor. So, with this answer our question yesterday, or my question yesterday about the ship, this is an Alexandrian ship, and interestingly enough, it's sailing with the figurehead of the twin brothers. Now, this is the demigods. They're half man, half god. This is from the mythology, the Roman mythology of Castor and Pollux. This is the twin brothers. They are the sons of Jupiter and Lydia. And they were believed to have power, even though they're demigods. Instead of being full-blooded gods, they're half-gods. I think Hercules was a demigod also. The story of Hercules. They had power over the winds and the waves, so they were to sail under their protection was to give you fair winds and a safe voyage. So that's the symbolism of the mythology there. We, of course, and I'm sure Paul had no interest in that, though it's interesting that Luke does mention it. He doesn't elaborate at all. He just mentions it. But after all of these turmoil and troubles, Paul finally sets in at Rome. And he is now preparing, when he gets to Rome, he is preparing to preach there for that remainder. But it's interesting that Paul is allowed. Remember that the centurion had given him some liberties, and here he has the liberty of staying with these believers at the port for 7 days. And then when they get to Rome, somehow or another, he gets a place to stay, a house to stay at. He's basically under house arrest during the time he is there. Now remember, this is about 3 years from the time he was accosted in the temple to setting foot in Rome. It took a long time for him to get there. But God has brought him there and allowed him, even through these unfortunate circumstances and through this imprisonment, he's allowed him to get to Rome to witness there. So to us, I guess, it's just another reminder in the book of Acts that even when we're going through adversity, God will give us an ability and a chance to witness, to talk to others about God, and we will also, along the time, we will have for people to encourage us if we look for them. Here, Paul frequently has people coming to encourage him. These believers at the port are there to encourage him before he goes on that final push. So with that, I'm going to let you go for today. Have a very blessed day. Enjoy it. It's not a bad day out there today. Look, see what the weather was like. I don't think there's any rain in the forecast. But have a beautiful day. Remember, we're going to finish up this week on Acts. I'm still trying to decide what we'll dive into next. So if you have any thoughts and anything you'd like to hear, put it down below, and I'll consider it. Not going to promise it. I'll consider it. All right. Have a blessed one, and please, please, please be a blessing to someone today. We'll see you in the morning. Bye-bye.